cemetery. I don't want to live my life again.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? Three Dudes Sahara here. I'm Wormboy.
I'm Toots.
And Damien.
All right, and tonight what we have planned is essentially a Stephen King extravaganza. We're going to do 3 movies tonight, and although we're going to post them separately. Next week, on September 8th, is the debut of the remake of It. So we're going to be doing that one next week. Yeah. So are you guys looking forward to It, the new one?
It's getting really good reviews from the critics that have seen early screenings. So everybody's saying that it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess, well, with Pet Semetary, I mean, this is a classic, of course, for me.
Well, what 3 are we doing tonight?
All right, so the 3 we're gonna do is Pet Semetary, Christine, and It, the original, the miniseries It.
1990.
With good old Tim Curry.
But we're starting with.
We're starting with Pet Semetary.
All right. So this movie came out back in 1989, and those of you that have not read the novel or haven't seen the movie, or didn't even know the movie existed, essentially it's about a family that moves into a house in Maine, and close by to their property essentially is a pet cemetery, but beyond that is actually Native American. It's a Native American burial ground, the Micmac Indians, as they call it in the story.
I don't know, but that sounds like McDonald's to me. Sorry. Go on, Toots.
All right. So
Do the Judd Crandall voice, Toots.
I was gonna do that later.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
They'll just
Yeah, they created it in South Park, but it's like, you don't want to go down that road. Because you see, sometimes it was dead is better. And if there's one thing I really liked about the movie, and I'll finish essentially the synopsis of it, is in that Native American burial ground, Lewis Creed, the main character of the story, finds out that if you bury a pet or somebody there, they'll come back to life. However, they'll have essentially murderous tendencies. They'll become evil. They won't be the same person or the same animal that you buried there. So one of the things I really liked about the movie, as I alluded to a few seconds ago, is Fred Gwynne's character, Judd. He was probably my favorite character in the movie. He just did a really good job, especially with the main accent, and playing the character where he,
he's like the nosy neighbor that knows everything about.
He knows everything, man.
Yeah, because I mean, he was.
Well, it seemed like to me that's what they modeled that, because everybody has that one neighbor that's always like just on the fence between being annoying and being endearing, because they know everything about everybody, and it seemed like he was that character for that neighborhood.
Yeah, I didn't find him too annoying. I found him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like they're right there. They're like straddling that line.
Yeah, they know the history of the area, and then they have
He's the character in the movie the one that knows. The one that knows. He knows everything about the neighborhood, and like every exposition scene, it's always him.
Yeah, and he and of course he introduces that power, or at least introduces those burial grounds to Creed, and then that's where Creed takes advantage, especially once his son gets hit by a truck. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. So yeah, his son dies, and he tries to bury him in the pet cemetery, and the son becomes murdered. Gage Creed becomes
completely murderous. Little demon.
He becomes a little shit. No. That's one of the things I really liked about the movie, is the Judd Crandall character. And I read the novel back in like 2000, 2001. I barely remember it. But it more or less from what I remember, kind of followed them. I should say the movie kind of followed the novel to a certain extent. They changed things here and there, but like I said, it's been years since I've read it. I need to reread it.
Well, I know Stephen King had like based the core idea of the book he based on his own life experience.
Mhm.
He had moved his family back to Maine, like to a country house, so he could concentrate on work.
Yeah.
You always do that to me, worm boy. every time I start talking, it's becoming a thing with our podcast.
Yeah.
No, like, and he actually moved where there was like their house was located on a highway
Mhm.
where like 18-wheelers were constantly passing by, and they were always like killing all the animals.
Yeah.
And his daughter actually had a cat that got killed, and it's just like in the movie
Mhm.
where
Wow.
Judd Crandall comes over, or he calls him where he do, but you have to do it. I got a cat over here, Lois. They get your daughter.
Yeah.
So I don't know what,
That's it. Yeah. I believe it belongs to your daughter.
like that actually happened to Stephen King. Like the neighbor called him and said, "I think your daughter's cat is over here." Like, and that I'm not sure if there actually was a pet cemetery there, but I think there actually was. And
Yeah.
that's where he
Minus the Native American.
yeah, that whole thing. Was,
Yeah, that was all. Yeah.
That was all from the imagination of the brilliant but very weird Stephen King.
Yeah,
But
and
he's amazing.
he does a cameo in the movie as the minister.
Oh,
that
yeah.
does the he's in the funeral scene for I can't remember the lady's name, the one that hangs herself.
Oh, the one that got like the swoon, or what did she have wrong with her stomach?
I think she had like stomach cancer or something.
Yeah.
But he does make a cameo in the movie. Wormboy, any
Well,
thoughts?
he always makes a cameo in all his movies.
Yeah.
Well, I really love this movie. It's a classic, of course, like I said. My favorite character is not Judge. That's
Judd.
not my favorite.
Judd.
Judd. Is it Judge or Judd?
Judd.
Oh, I thought it was Judge.
J-U-D. Judd.
Yeah. My favorite character, of course, is the little kid that becomes evil. Because
Gage.
yeah,
Gage Creed.
Hey, don't judge me. I like him.
I'm not judging you.
I like him because he's. I mean,
judging you.
for him to act like that and do it so well, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, he.
I mean, he looked really creepy, and I was scared of kids for a while after seeing this movie.
Especially
like
the
little
way,
ones.
especially the way that he kills Judd with the
Yeah.
scalpel.
Oh, I always
Yeah.
have trouble watching that because they actually show him like sever his tendons. Or,
Mhm.
Yeah.
his Achilles
I have
tendon.
trouble. I have trouble watching that. It always makes me cringe.
When I saw it as a kid, yeah, it was. I was like,
Exactly.
Right now,
Right.
I'm saying right now, like my wife and I just watched this movie like very recent.
Hey, maybe that's why you had that nightmare you told me about.
Maybe like very recently we just watched this movie and I still cringe when that because you know if you've seen the movie before you know it's coming
yeah.
and it kind of makes it worse. Like I can't watch that scene. I hate that scene.
And I think for me, seeing Fred Gwynn die in the movie that way, because I grew up watching him like on Car 54, Where Are You, and the Munsters, you know, like on reruns, and obviously I'm not that old.
Well, you're kind of telling your age right now.
Uh,
But go on.
Nick at Night, good old Nick at Night. Yeah.
I saw one boy's face light up.
yeah, he took advantage of that.
Well, I mean, like the whole. Did you know that Fred Gwynn actually colored his hair white for the movie?
Yeah, I
That
think I
wasn't
heard
his
that.
Natural hair color. They tried to make him look older.
Yeah. Because he died in '93, but I think he was in his 60s or 50s or something.
Yeah, because like
He was still
like
not
my
that-
cousin Vinny, he has like gray hair. He doesn't have like.
Oh yeah, he's a judge in Cousin Vinny, right?
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
Like, he's got like gray hair. He doesn't have like that. It's like just jet white. I don't know,
Yeah.
like if that's a proper term.
Yeah,
Like,
he
it's
just
solid. It's all white in Pet Semetary.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie is basically like, I guess like the whole premise is it's you know when they first arrived there, it's like this perfect cookie cutter like all American happy family, and then like just slowly progressed into like total madness and just batshit craziness by the end of the movie. Because
Mhm.
it's one of those things like if you know you have an opportunity to like cheat death. And it's a theme that they've explored like in countless movies, books, but it comes at a price.
Yeah.
Like, but then he can't help it. Like the Lewis character is consumed by grief.
Mhm.
So and then he's like totally just batshit crazy by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He's already like his wife walks in like with
Yeah.
her eye gone and like her eye socket exposed and there's like all this gross stuff coming out of it, but he's just like
He's just enamored. Right?
yeah.
And another character I liked in the movie was Victor Pascal, the jogger
Yeah.
that Lewis tried to save in the I guess the hospital or the clinic, wherever they were.
At the university.
Yeah, at the university. Because I guess they needed that character to kind of fill in the gaps in terms of what was happening. You know, like okay, like showing him, okay, this is the pet cemetery, these are the burial grounds, don't mess with the burial grounds. Even though Lewis doesn't listen at all.
Well, you know, I remember like I was thinking about that when we watched the movie recently. I was like, I was never sure if he was genuinely trying to help or if he would, because if you actually think about his actions, like where he gets the wife to come back and then she ends up getting killed, like was he actually helping or like was he actually trying to help?
I think he was, because especially after Lewis's wife died, and he keeps reassuring Pascal that he keeps reassuring Pascal that
Ren.
that like no, don't worry, this time it'll be different because you know I forgot what his reasoning was, that she died before or something like that, or because there was a reason why he thought that that burying his wife in the well, not the pet cemetery, the burial grounds would be a good idea this time. And Pascal was trying to warn him, you know, like
well,
no,
it's like
don't.
I said, I think, but at that point, Lewis was like just gone.
Yeah.
He was insane by that point.
But I think if he was evil, hey,
like he wasn't evil. He was just like he's already gone insane completely. Like
Yeah.
but
it's one of those movies that it's like I said, it starts out like perfect,
It starts out like
perfect
perfect.
all-American situation.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
and it slowly progresses and just like they just
into horror
spiral.
and tragedy.
Yeah.
They just
That's
spiral.
what makes it awesome.
They end up going down that road.
They just spiral.
Yeah, they went down that road.
They didn't listen.
Yeah.
They just spiral downward into like total madness and insanity by the end of the movie.
It's a really good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And-
watched
and-
it several times.
Yeah, but I think Pascal was trying to help, legitimately trying to help Lewis, because Lewis tried to save his life at the university.
Yeah.
I liked the makeup. I forgot. I remember I looked at the name of the makeup effects artist, but I forgot.
Yeah.
I liked the makeup on that character. It wasn't as good as Rick Baker's makeup, like Griffin Dunn's in American Werewolf in London,
Yeah.
but it's memorable. Like it's good. Like because he's a guy he's a character that's trying to help, but
He still looks.
he's creepy.
Yeah.
And it also has to do with like the directing, the atmosphere when he's around, and the voice. But that makeup was really good. I mean, all the makeup in the movie was like where the wife comes in at the end. That was also really good makeup. Like that looked disgusting and just like you could almost like smell
And
like decay
and earth.
earth. Yeah. Like
Yeah, and even the effects of after, you know, Judd gets killed and you see like the lip and everything just come off.
yeah.
Or you just see him like that. Yeah, it was, the effects still hold up to this day. And let's not forget that kick-ass song by the Ramones.
Oh, I love that song. Oh.
Yeah, it's a kick.
And they had two songs in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess the fact that they recorded the Pet Semetary song for the movie, they gave them another royalty check.
Yeah.
So they threw in Sheena is a punk rocker.
Yeah.
But I really like the opening of this movie. I think it's really haunting. Where they do all those slow, like panning shots of the pets. Like they give you basically a tour of the pet cemetery,
Yeah.
and they show like up close, like real, like up close shots of all the gravestones and all that, and you can see all the misspellings that obviously like a child had wrote.
Yeah.
And the music, I wanted to mention the music too because this was kind of like the. Oh,
I think Church is here.
Yeah, I think Church is in the house.
Church.
But this was during like that era. I don't know if you ever noticed. Like this was during that '80s era where every horror theme song from a movie was like a bunch of children chanting like a child.
Oh
choir.
yeah.
Because it's like Children of the Corn.
I remember that.
Children of the Corn had that theme. Poltergeist had that theme song where it's like children chanting. And I guess Nightmare on Elm Street to an extent. Not that theme song, but the little Freddy rhyme.
Yeah.
Like it's children singing. And then this one was no different. It has a creepy like theme song, I think.
Yeah, it does.
And it's playing behind the little tour of the pet cemetery.
Yeah. And really quick, one of my favorite scenes from the movie, just to kind of, because this is the one that I always look forward to, is whenever Judd talks about the soldier that dies.
Oh,
I think his name was Timmy.
Or
Timmy Baterman or something, and then he gets buried, and then he comes back, and just that whole scene of.
That's scary, actually.
Yeah.
That and then his dog, where he tells him about his dog.
Yeah.
Those flashback scenes are genuinely creepy.
Yeah.
I think they did a real good job. Like, well, it's Mary Lambert, right? Was the
Yeah, Mary Lambert.
And I didn't know she actually directed part 2 also, which is not quite as good, but.
Yeah, we'll talk about part 2 some other time.
Church.
Church. That damn cat.
Told you not to go down that road.
Yeah. All right. So, all in all, what do you give the movie after all these years?
This, I don't know. I mean, it has a really good, like the parents are really dumb. Like they before Gage gets killed, he's always wandering off on his own, and they're like not paying attention.
Yeah, it was the '80s, so they're doing.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, they're asking for this kid. They're having a picnic like right by this highway that the Fred Gwynn character was warning them about. And I'm just like, and they just like let the kid just wander off. They're not paying attention. And one of the bad things about the movie is I thought the twins that played the daughter were really bad actresses. I'm sorry. Everyone else did really good as far as acting, but that was not good child acting.
Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, it's like B plus A minus range for me. Like I thought the narrative's good, the special effects are good, the directing's good, it has a real creepy atmosphere. So I would say like B plus to A minus.
I give it like an A minus. A minus to an A. And the funny thing is that during Annabelle creation, with that scene where the girl gets hit by the car, I was just thinking of Gage Creed. I was like, yeah,
horrible human being.
Yeah, there's no pet cemetery in this one.
I give it an A.
You give it an A?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I would check out the movie, guys. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
All right, and we'll be back with Christine.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
All right, see ya.